global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Global Happenings Today YouTube channel. As at 9 a.m., it was Atiku versus INEC and Tinubu, Bola and Tinubu and APC. But right now, it is LP versus INEC, LP versus Bola Tinubu, Shetima, and the rest. Yes, I promise to give you full update as it's happening in real time. As we speak, you're seeing the video at the background. Labour Party evidence has actually arrived into the courtroom. They brought it into the courtroom. You see Imo State, Nasarawa, you get to see Ebonyi, you see Kogi, all of them fully stated, loaded in the courtroom. Well, for court hearing today, Labour Party will present document for Kogi, Sokoto, and Delta State. Document evidences for also Kogi, Sokoto, Ebonyi, Delta, Imo, Kaduna, Ondo have been brought in. Ongoing justices have arrived and counsel appearances. Awa Kalu and Dr. Levi Uzokwe are absent for today, but notwithstanding, it's going to be a promising one. Peter Obi himself have introduced himself to stand in for the petitioners, which is Labour Party and himself. Some persons call Peter Obi the lion himself, and they are saying that the lion is very focused. Well, a lot of Nigerians are there looking at him. In fact, right now, he's the center of attraction. The Labour Party have brought an application via a motion about their interrogatories, that's questions they asked INEC to ascertain what INEC intends to say in court. Filed on May 22nd, 2023, they want to engage in more interrogatories. All the respondents, which includes INEC, Bola Tinubu, Kashim Shetima, APC, are all opposing. Now, wow. Let's continue. Regarding the interrogatories, despite the oppositions, court is willing to listen to the motion because respondents haven't officially replied to the application. Getting interesting, I must say. Well, document presentation for Ebonyi State with 13 local government areas are ongoing. I'm going to give you updates very quickly on that. And Labour Party has said they're actually tendering 13 local government areas in Ebonyi. Court said they should list them, and they are. Labour Party said to list them, and they include Abakaliki, Izi, Isa North, Afikpo South, Ohakwa, Ebonyi, Aniocha, Ishielu, Iza South, Ikwo, Afikpo North, Oha, Ozara, and Ivo. INEC now said, we object and we advance our responses. Is this not getting boring? Every time INEC is opposing that which they have actually conducted. And of course, the others also, as usual, decided to do same by saying, now the second respondent and the third respondent said, we also object, we oppose, and we advance our reasons in final address. The fourth respondent, we also said, we object to the admissibility and we advance reasons in final address. Don't forget the key. The key remains INEC, Bola Tinubu, Shetima, and APC are first, second, third, and fourth respondents. So when I say first respondent, second respondent, I'm referring to this, all of them. But let's continue anyway. The documents being presented today for Ebonyi State will not only be EC8A as usual, but EC8B and EC8C as well. Question is, what is EC8A? EC8B and C. We'll find out as the information progresses. But quick one so that we can follow up very quickly without getting distracted or lost on the way. Now, EC8A is a PUE result. EC8B is a local government area collected result sheet. That's summary of all the EC8A's result from each local government areas. Then EC8C is a state collected result sheet. That's summary of all the EC8Bs for all the local government areas in the entire state. You get? Let's move on. Which means literally they are going to tender all of that. Now, some persons are saying we're actually on Keke Nape, we are moving on to Nasarawa State. Okay, but let's continue. Now, Labour Party now said, my lord, may I proceed to tender for Nasarawa State with the 13 local government areas? The court said, proceed and list them. Labour Party now said, Agwanga, please, if I don't pronounce it well, please bear with me. Labour Party now said, Akwanga, Awe, Doma, Kiana, Kokona, Lafia, Nasarawa, Egon, Obi, Toto, Wamba, and Kefi. Court now asked, any objection? Of course, we already have an idea what the objection sound will look like. And INEC responded as usual. INEC said, "We object and we advance our reasons." Second and third respondents said, "We also oppose and we advance our reasons in our final address." And the fourth respondent responded by saying, "We object to the admissibility and we advance reasons in final address." Let's move on. The document for both Ebonyi and Nasarawa states admitted by court. This up next is actually Delta State. Now, Labour Party now said, "My lord, may I proceed to tender for Delta State with the 25 local government areas?" Court said, "Proceed and list them." Labour Party, Ethiopia East, Ethiopia West, Okpe, Sapele, Udi, Uhali North, Uhali South, Iwevwe, Anyocha North, Anyocha South, Ika North East, Ika South, Idokwa East, Idokwa West, Ishimili North. I tell that again, Udokwa East, Udokwa West, Oshimili North, Oshimili South, Ukwane, Bomadi, Burutu, Isoko North, Isoko South, Patani, Warri North, Warri South, and Warri Southwest. Court as usual asked any objection. INEC said, "We object and we advance our reasons." Second and third respondents said, "We also oppose and we advance our reasons in final address." And the fourth respondent said, "We object to the admissibility and we advance reasons in final address." We already now know how it will go. Whenever I say INEC, and just know the response, it has always been the same anthem so that we don't keep repeating ourselves. Let's move on. Now we are heading to Kaduna State, but before we go to Kaduna State, the court has actually admitted all for Delta State. All those we object, court admitted all. Ebonyi, all. In fact, admitted everything. That's been the way we object. It's now a national anthem. Well, court has admitted all for Delta State. So we're actually heading towards Kaduna. More of the addresses are going on. But meanwhile, a lot of things are going on at the background. Just quick recap of what Nigerians are saying within, as Nigerians are just discussing within, just very quietly know how the court rules are. Some people are saying, after LP has presented their evidence finished, then the court will now ask INEC and APC and their own copy of the results. They will now use to declare Tinubu winner, and Nadia Wahala go start to. Nigerians are actually saying, now if all this object and everything, after all this evidence, we would now like to see the one that INEC used to declare Tinubu. Let's find out, because don't forget that this is not Supreme Court, this is still tribunal. We are still after all of this said and done and the judges have passed their verdict, we'll still move on if eventually it goes either way. I'm not preempting anything, which means either party will still have to push it to the next, which probably will finally head to Supreme Court, which is going to get interesting. But while all these are going on, Nigerian Labour Congress are planning a mother of all strikes, and some of them are joining in, some of all this union. Don't forget that most of TLC, TUC, and NLC, most of our union organizations are all in NLC, Nigerian Labour Congress. So it's going to be a massive one. But meanwhile, while we're waiting for Kaduna on to still come up, let's round this up so that we'll give you more update as it comes. But I can assure you, it's getting really interesting within the court premises. Have fun.